back to the football rundown. I've got to say, no channels pretty much all week, and then suddenly 2 or 3 videos out in the last 2 days. It's been a busy few days though for Stockport County. Obviously we had the news yesterday that Rhys Bennett may be signing for Stockport County. At that point in time, talks were advanced between Manchester United and Stockport County. Today we got the news that this deal has happened, and I said yesterday I don't see too many stumbling blocks getting in the way of this move, and that's turned out to be the case. This deal has obviously been complete now, so we had the news yesterday that this deal may well be happening over the next few days. Of course, we had Rico Richards signing very much out of the blue from my point of view, on loan from Aston Villa to the end of the season. A lot of people very excited about Rico Richards and what he could bring to Stockport County for the second half of the season, and quite rightly so, the way he's been spoken about by the manager already. I'm looking forward to seeing him play, and I'm sure the fans are, who are going to be at Notts County tomorrow. Fingers crossed the game goes ahead, because it has obviously been checked. It's going to have a pitch check tomorrow morning, 8:30 I think, as well, to make sure the pitch is up to standard for the game to go ahead. Obviously been cold weather in the UK over the last week, and they've got to be careful to make sure that the pitch is up to the right standard, because a lot of it's been frozen. So fingers crossed the game goes ahead for those fans who are going to be going, and hopefully they can see an impressive performance from Stockport County. And obviously Rico Richards may hopefully get some minutes on the pitch as well, and get to show some of the reasons why we may be excited to see him play for Stockport County for the rest of the season. But the big news is Rhys Bennett today, and of course we said yesterday advanced talks. Can't see too much getting in the way of this deal. Today it's been announced he is a Stockport County player on loan until the end of the season. Let's get into the statement then from Stockport County. Stockport County have welcomed Rhys Bennett. Welcome to County, Rhys Bennett. The Manchester United defender joins us on loan for the remainder of the season and will be available for tomorrow's game against Notts County. Manchester United have also followed suit in releasing a statement as well. They've said that young defender Rhys Bennett has completed a loan move to Stockport County until the end of the season. A great opportunity, Rhys, backing you to make the most of it. So Manchester United also sending their best regards to Rhys Bennett on loan until the end of the season. Stockport County, of course, welcoming him as a new Stockport County player. Obviously excited to see what he'll bring. With me following Manchester United as well, I suppose I've got a keen interest to look at him from 2 perspectives as well as one. But I've got to say, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can bring. Obviously cover, more importantly, to the areas that we're currently low and short in. But yeah, I mean, David Challoner's very excited about this move. He's spoken about the fact that there's a previous relationship there between him and Stockport County, having done a few weeks there, up to about a month of training last season, which I wasn't aware of yesterday. But obviously he said that in his interview ahead of Notts County tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously he talks a lot about the previous connection and how that plays a part in making the move happen. Before we get into that as well, though, we're just going to talk about something that Simon Peach has touched on, of course, I think, from the Press Association. Very much in the know in Manchester United usually, but of course with this move to Stockport County, he's had his say. He's saying that Rhys Bennett, captain of Manchester United's 2022 FA Youth Cup win, has joined League 2 leaders Stockport on loan. A chance for the 20-year-old defender, who is yet to make a senior competitive appearance, to develop. Sounds like Redek, Vitek and Dan Gore may also make a loan exits. I mean, I'd take Dan Gore on loan as well. I mean, anyone who's watched the Manchester United Academy side over the last few months, over the last few years, will know what an exceptional young talent Dan Gore is. And I've got to say, I think Stockport County could do a lot worse than maybe bringing in someone like Dan Gore as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully something like that could happen. There's obviously no rumours or any conversation of it that I'm aware of, but purely just off seeing that Dan Gore is up for loan potentially to the end of the season. He's a brilliant player, and I'm sure he would add quite a bit to the Stockport County midfield at the moment as well, especially with numbers short as well. So be interesting to see what happens with that, if anything happens with that. But yeah, Rhys Bennett coming in, as I say, and I said yesterday, he's someone who I'd cover. With Ethan Pye out injured for some time, Ibal Toure at AFCON, though I think he had a difficult start to the tournament this week, so he may be back sooner than expected, but obviously he's a miss at the moment. Some people haven't rated him as well since he came in the summer from Salford. I think the thing about Ibal Toure is I think he either has a really, really good game or an absolute shocker. He's never a 7 out of 10. He's always either a 10 out of 10 or 4 or 5 out of 10. So that's the thing with Ibal Toure, I think, and I think that's why people don't always rate him as highly as he probably deserves to be at times, because he does put in some impressive performances at the back. Very good as well at left back, particularly at times as well. But as I say, I think Rhys Bennett, I'm pretty sure, can play right back. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but as I say, he'll come in, he'll bring cover to the position. I wouldn't expect him to get many minutes. I think we saw that happen with Pond. I think we saw it happen with other players as well that are coming from obviously other clubs on loan this season as well. I mean, obviously, you had the guy from Swansea, Cottrell, came in, as a midfielder, found his minutes very limited as well. So there's no say that these loan moves will necessarily offer loads and loads of minutes to these young players, but Rhys Bennett will come in with an expectation to play. Obviously, he's got to prove himself. He's coming in at a good time in terms of injuries, and his position may mean he might get minutes sooner rather than later. But we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't expect him to start the game tomorrow. I think that's too early, but there is a previous connection there as well, so I have to wait and see what happens with Rhys Bennett. But I'm looking forward to seeing him play for Stockport County until the end of the season. I want to get people's thoughts on it as well. A lot of people very positive in the video that I put out yesterday about him signing potentially for Stockport County, so we'll have to wait and see. But as I say, I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. He'll provide cover. As I say, I'm not expecting him to be a starter. I don't know how many minutes he'll get until the end of the season. Let me know your thoughts on that. How many minutes do you think he'll play? Can he play a key part? Like I say, has anyone seen him play before as well? Do you think he's good enough to to be up to the standard to start games in League Two as well? Obviously, 20 years of age, yet to make a senior appearance. He'll have played in the EFL Trophy for United's development side before, but in terms of real senior minutes here, he hasn't had any at Manchester United. Like I say, we just spoke about the fact that he hasn't had many senior minutes for Manchester United. In fact, he hasn't had any. He hasn't played any senior football, nor has he ever been loaned out before either. It's his first loan, and I think I think Simon Peach mentioned that in what he said, but that hasn't stopped Dave Chandler from being quick to bring him in. He spoke about obviously the fact that he spent time training last season, about up to about a month, 6 weeks, and how that has helped him bring in a player. Obviously, he knows him, he trusts him as a player. He spoke about him being a brilliant personality, a great character, having someone that knows us and how we work. It was a no-brainer to bring him in. That's what Chandler said. Obviously, 187 centimetres tall. I'm not great with height. I'm going to say I'm not great with measurement. I'm not going to say that, but not brilliant with height. 187 centimetres tall. I'm guessing that's around 6'1". So he's fairly tall. Not the tallest for centre back, but he's fairly tall. You'd expect he'd be able to compete in the air as being a centre back. I'm sure he'll be up for headers. But hasn't been up for headers in the senior game yet, so this is his first opportunity. So in terms of expectations, I think we'll have to keep him pretty low. I think we'll just expect him not to make too many mistakes. Just generally get behind him because he's obviously a young player coming in. But Dave Challin's also said as well he's got a lot of maturity. He's ahead of his years in many ways. So I'm excited to see what he'll bring at the back for Stockport County. But obviously a lot of the attention will be around Rico Richards, an attacking player, because the attacking players always steal the show. And maybe sometimes you get these defensive signings, even if it's just a loan until the end of the season or just to provide a bit of cover. They don't always, I suppose, get the same talk as these attacking players. And of course, Rico Richards will come in, and another player to be very excited about for Stockport County. And as I say, both have got an opportunity to have minutes tomorrow against Notts County. And as I say, with the injury crisis at the moment, they may well get some minutes, but I certainly wouldn't expect either of them to start the game. But I want to get people's thoughts on that. Do you think that any of them have got a possibility of starting the game? Rico Richards, possibly. Rhys Bennett, if you've got too many injuries at the back, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's possible that they could start tomorrow, or do you think it's far too soon? For me personally, I think it's far too soon, but I certainly think over the next few weeks as well, they've got opportunities to come in, minutes off the bench late in the game, try and make a mark. Obviously, fingers crossed no more players do get injured at the back, but if they do, I'm sure Rhys Bennett will be there to take the opportunity. But obviously, out of the two of them coming in, you'd imagine Rico Richards has got more opportunities to get on the pitch late on and make an impact as an attacking player, because usually when you're making substitutes, you're not looking to bring on a centre-back to make an impact, unless you're trying to hold on to a lead. And obviously, would you bring on Rhys Bennett to hold on to a lead? I'm not so sure, because it's putting a lot of pressure on a young player that isn't used to handling it. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dave Chandler sort of brings in and integrates Rhys Bennett into this Stockport County team. With him being the centre-back, it's hard to integrate a player into the team, especially a winning team, which is what Stockport County will hope to be over the next few weeks. We want to keep up this run at the moment, build some momentum on top of the result we had against Walsall. So for me, it's going to be difficult for Rhys Bennett to get minutes unless there's a massive injury, but you never know what can happen in football, and I'd be interested to see how he does integrate him and Rico Richards into the team. So I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. How happy are you that it's now a done deal? Rhys Bennett is a Stockport County player on loan to the end of the season. Are you happy with that deal? Are you happy with the Rico Richards deal as well that we completed yesterday? I've seen some people in the comments on that video very excited about him coming in from Aston Villa. I've heard some people say if Louis Barry is the Lionel Messi of League Two, then this guy, Rico Richards, is the Ronaldinho of League Two. So that's what someone said yesterday. I really hope that's the case, because he was, them two players are hell of a players in their day, and obviously Messi's still playing. But I wouldn't put too much expectation on Rico Richards, but I'm sure he'll have some quality. I'm sure he'll be good on the ball, and I'm sure he'll get at defences when he gets the opportunity to throughout the rest of the season. But as for Rhys Bennett, it'll be interesting to see what kind of an impact he can have. As I say, I think minutes will be a struggle for him getting into this team. The way Horsfall's playing, but obviously injuries at the back. Maybe he can get into the team. If so, who's he likely to partner? Obviously, you'd imagine Fraser Horsfall, but do you see him getting into the team, into the first team for Stockport County? That's another question to you. Are you happy with the business as well that Stockport County are doing in this January transfer window, predominantly in the loan market? At the moment, haven't heard too many more rumours at the moment, but I want to get people's thoughts. If you've heard any news on Stockport County players coming in January, I want to get your comments, your thoughts on that. Let me know who you think may be coming in. Obviously, halfway through the transfer window now, not too long to go before it slams shut. There's still time to do business though, so as I say, I want to get people's suggestions. Who you think Stockport County may be looking at? If you've heard something, put it in the comments. If you think there's a player that we should be looking to sign, put it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the players we've just brought in over the last week, the last 2 days. Are you happy with the business that's been done? As I say, a massive game against Notts County tomorrow. They've just brought in a new manager as well. How does that change things for Stockport County tomorrow? For me, new manager bounce, always a thing, but I'm confident Stockport County can get the result tomorrow. I know it's away from home and it'll be a tough game, but I do expect us to get the job done. I'll take a draw. I don't want to lose the game, so a draw. I want to go with Stockport County win though. I'm going to say that we're going to win the game 2-1. I want to get people's score predictions in for that one as well, but mainly, are you happy with Rhys Bennett signing for County until the end of the season? So don't forget to get involved in the comments, of course. Like the video as well to let me know that you've appreciated the video, that you've enjoyed it, of course, as well. Don't forget to get involved in the comments as well. Let me know your opinion on everything. And also don't forget to drop your ideas. If you've got any ideas or anything you want me to discuss on the channel going forward, as always, put your thoughts in the comments. I'll try and have a look at it. And also subscribe as well. Keep tuned with what's happening, what's coming out on the channel, because there's loads of things coming up as well. Always trying to get content out regarding Stockport County and also League 2 as well. We had the video up on Troy Deeney earlier. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But as always, thanks for watching.